Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to look at an anti-meta Garth deck by TJ Inevitable. The reason why he's created this is because Moonstalker and Sheila and Serena are still quite popular. And as you can see here on this screen, KAM Bob Way is dominating with Moonstalker. It's actually his... It's his Pirate Out art as well. If we check over on the rating, he's top of the ratings there. Pooh Rain is also using Moonstalker. We look at the best score. Mid Sky's using it as well. Stone Cold beat me the other day. So a lot of people are using it. Serena as well. And Inevitable set himself the challenge to make an anti-meta deck, and he's come up with a Garth, and that's actually what we're going to look at today. So if we hop into his games, then we can see that he's not doing too badly. Since he switched from Moonstalker, he has won all of his games so far. So I'm not saying it's the best deck ever, but what I am saying is it's worth considering before we show the action. Let's show you what's in the deck. So we've got 4 Wisened Ironmelter, for early card draw, Silent Assassin, 2 of those, 2 Aldons, 3 Aldmor Artisan, for being able to seek Diffusion Gate if he needs it. Doesn't always need to do that, but he's got it there just in case. He also makes it summon more cheaply, and ill-gotten gains as well. You can go and find that. Nitish has 2 of those, Noxious Acquisitioner, 4 of those. Su-Li the Scalebender is pretty handy, making the opponent hit themselves with their weapon or get an extra attack with your own weapon. 4 Kraken Attack, bearing in mind this is anti-meta, there's a lot of ships and so on. A couple of Stop Thieves as well for blowing stuff up. 4 hit lists for draw. The gloves there for boosting the poison damage. 4 Gyre and Gimble. I thought only Serena used it. No, Garth uses it as well. And IGG, Anklebreaker, and 1 Diffusion Gate. So that's the deck. The code is 1203846B. Don't stop watching at this point, please. Let's actually check out the action. Let's see it in action. Let's first see it against BT Empire then, because this is the Moonstalker deck that Bob Way's been running. I think it's the same one. I don't know for sure, but I did share it publicly on my channel. Not a lot of other people are sharing decks at the moment, so it may be the same one. It may be similar to it. So brilliant start there by Inevitable. He got his turn 1 hit list down, but Empire has been able to drop the location and Blood Moon on turn 2. So the Ironmelter has discarded some Poison Lace Gloves. It's not a bad start actually. Turn 3, you would expect a ship or something to come out, but that hasn't happened there. So maybe slight bad luck there for Empire. Well, I did talk to Inevitable about this match, and he said he's got so many different ways to blow up ships. It's crazy. As you saw in the deck list anyway, he had the Kraken Attack, he had the Stop Thief. Was there anything else? So he had a few ways anyway. IGG, there's his Kraken Attack. Sometimes you don't blow up the ship straight away anyway. You let a couple of things be on it. Then you Kraken Attack it, and then also the crew that were aboard go away. So Doctor Loaded has dropped down, which has drawn a card, Renewed Resource. Kraken Attack is getting rid of Hit List, because it's quite a versatile card at 2 cost, but it does only work on 3 CC or a ship. So he's seeking something now. What's he grabbing? He's grabbing the Diffusion Gate, and he's able to drop that for 0 thanks to having 2 Artisans on the board. Is he going to activate it? He is. So the turn they enter play, allies will lose their passive abilities. A frigate has come down, and he's put on an Infernus who's coming out to play, and he's been stealthed. And because the turn's now ended, the stealth is back. So Stop Thief blows up the ship, which actually means that Infernus can't go back to it when Docked and Loaded expires. So I'm not sure on whether that was the right call. But hey, I'm not a very high rated player compared to Inevitable, so you never know. So he's stealthed again now, so there's quite some tough allies there with the stealth. And Garth has gone and poisoned, well, caused double damage. One poison damage, and then other damage is... Oh, it's only one damage. Oh, I thought it was poison damage. I'm not sure why I thought it was poison damage. It's just one damage and then doubles the rest. You live and learn, people. Don't know why I thought it was poison. There you go. I don't play Garth. I've got one Garth deck. After this video, I'm going to have 2 Garth decks, though. I am totally taking this to quick match. And I'll probably lose with it. The meta will have shifted again. Everything will be anti-Garth. So he's using 3 Shadow Energy there to go and find the Kraken Attack and just blow up the ship. That Infernus is going to be dead at the start of the opponent's next turn. And in fact, he's killing off the Besieger as well. So he's on full health. Moonstalker, although he's got more cards, things are looking quite decent for Garth. And we already know Garth wins. But how? How does he win? Well, sustained pressure and drawing by the look of things. So the Acquisitioner would have loved to poison somebody there, but hey, an empty board is also nice. And the Diffusion Gate there is to take away the passives again. So cards like Forgotten Horror are a pain. And other ones, usually it's like against Commodore Latimer, where people are going to haste in allies, and obviously they'll lose the haste thanks to Diffusion Gate. And that was enough to win that game. So that's him taking out Moonstalker. We haven't seen him face off against Bob Way yet. But if we do a search, little tip for you. You don't have to search for the whole name. Inev will actually work. And there we go. So we've seen him against a Moonstalker. Let's check out Set Maverick, who apparently, I think he was in the top 10 in the previous season. So solid player running a Sheelar. And the Sheelar does like to use Latimer and the other pirates, as opposed to just loading fatties on like Terradun and Moonstalker and a few others do. This is the proper pirate deck now that we'll see in action here from Maverick. So Blood Moon to start. And Garth drops the Artisan, ready to be able to either seek good artifact or to be able to drop it for cheap. And the nice thing about the Artisan is he costs 4, so he's not stealable by, or coercible by, here we go, so he's going to seek now, and surely a Diffusion Gate, there we go. And now that haste is just going to be gone. So that nullifies the Latimer, who sat there saying, yo, my pirates got haste. And Diffusion Gate's like, nope, no. Sorry, mate, this Sonic Barrier is saying, nope, you can't have your haste. The Coercer hasn't got anybody to steal because the allies cost 4, the ones on the board at the moment. There are some low-cost allies, like Ironmelter, but a lot of the ones in this Garth deck cost 4, which means no coercion happening. And the poisoning and card draw is pretty handy. So Captor's Crest now has been able to yoink the Acquisitioner. So he's making good use out of the Captor's Crest. And because the gate wasn't activated. No, it wasn't that. It was because he was readied there. Kraken Attack blows up that ship though, and some go to hand, and the ship goes to the grave. Garth now rocking Gyre and Gimble, double damage to the ally, and that's killed him off. Diffusion Gate is now going to block any more haste, so the Captor's Crest is there. Uses the ability to draw 2. It's pretty solid. Who's going on there? It's Buccaneer Captain. Okay, so skirmish, when they get readied, it'll be fine. And smashed into the hero to be able to get rid of the weapon. She's gone back on the ship. Kraken Attack says, nope, that ship's goner. She swims safely back to the... well, no, she doesn't. She got exiled because of Kraken Attack. Yeah, solid card. Definitely worth packing in a lot of decks in this meta, and also, as I said before, for being able to destroy items costing 3 or less. So the Coercer has actually come down, and I always thought they were 3 or less. How's he been yoinked? Does he cost 3? Am I going mad? I'll have to look back on that. I don't know what happened there. Right. I could have sworn that Artisan cost 4. Maybe not. Forget everything I said. It's a solid deck anyway. So hit list is down, and Sheila hasn't got the ability yet, so can't draw 2 cards. Sword Maiden hops down. The Noxious guy poisons her, and she's survived though, at least. Nitish says, no, you're a 1-1 actually, with no abilities. The Ironmelter hops into the fray and has discarded some Poison Lace Gloves. Garth ability, and then let's double the damage there. Boom. That's nice usage actually out of Gyre and Gimble and the Garth ability. So rather than add 2 to the attack, which would cause 4 to an ally, he's just gone, no, double damage to that ally. And it gets hit for 2, but it's double to 4. So actually, in a way, he can deal with allies that have 5 health because he pings them first, so they take the 1. Whereas Serena's ability is random. Well, actually, to be fair, Gyre and Gimble is random damage. So Noxious there has poisoned her, and that's quite a board state now that Inevitable has got. Aldon the Brave buffs everybody, and it's pretty much game over. It is game over because of the weapon. And there we go. All finished. Let's hop back over to this deck list. I could have sworn he used to cost 4. Okay, well anyway. No, he costs 3. That's why Coercer could yoink him anyway. He costs 3, but he makes your artifacts that cost 4 cheaper. So apologies on that. It's been a while since he came out. Right, one more match we shall watch. One more match. One more, because the other character in the meta at the moment is Serena. So let's check out one of those. Where are we looking? I sworn I saw him face at Serena. Ah, there we go. Abernathy. Abernathy. Oh, and Dukruk. Let's watch Dukruk. I'm picking this one because the Abernathy deck, I looked at it earlier, and it was more of a... It started off turn 1 Twilight Herald, and it had Black Market in, whereas your typical Serena doesn't have that. So we'll check out Dukruk. Yeah, let's check this one out. So not a wonderful start for Serena. She'd have a hit list, but it's not the end of the world. Depends here whether a good turn 2 comes down. Okay, hit list turn 2. Probably one of those assassin characters would have been good. Turn 2, but not the end of the world. And she is going second. She's probably going to love to play Gyre and Gimble. No, but actually Nitish is pretty handy as well, dropping an ally down to a 1-1. So Nitish has been poisoned. Damage is going to be doubled. And there he goes. He's dead. Here's a hit list, and that's going to draw a couple of cards. Yeah, Inevitable's built a pretty solid deck here, and I was wondering about what really is the benefit of Garth over Serena. Well, he can damage people without attacking them. The double damage means if you've got any other means to get damage on, whether that means poisoned or Noxious Acquisitioner and so on, is going to get doubled. If you can attack into him, it's doubled. He doesn't depend on having a weapon out, and there's a lot of item destruction around. And Lance, though, he's a hasty guy, and well, with Diffusion Gate being popular, it's not the right call. So add all that together. Garth is the anti-meta hero that we never thought we would find. And I'd be interested to see, after you try this out, how it works for you, and also what your thoughts are, how you might tweak the deck. One of my thoughts is possibly find a way to get a location in, possibly Raxel. just because the Noxious Acquisitioner means that whenever an ally dies and they're poisoned, that card is exiled. So get Raxol down to cover Raven's Crest, which stops the draw and renewing of support abilities, which are quite common in the Moonstalker deck and so on, and Terradum. And actually activate Raxol. When that opposing card gets exiled, it will come to your hand. So that's the end of that deck. Bit of insights from me, bit of mistakes as well to do with the Artisan, and maybe a couple of other things. Yeah, so while you're on, we're only on 15 minutes. Let's just check out one more. I do think I have to start it with Team J in Nev. So we can check him out against Joker as well then, because we've checked out Maverick. Let's check out Joker as well with the Sheila. See how this goes. Well, we know he wins, but I mean, how does the deck go? What happens in this one? Certainly, it's worth looking up Inevitable, seeing what he carries on with after this video goes up. He may shift again. He may go back to Terradon or Serena. He's got a really nice Serena Pirate alt art as well. So a good start for Sheila with with the Blood Moon there. Artisan coming down at 3 cost. Anybody who thinks it's 4 cost, crazy. 3 cost. It's a 3/2/5. Makes total sense. Probably never was 4. Just got 4 in my head because it can seek things that cost him 4. So Wisened Ironmelter chucks away something. It's a Gyre and Gimble. Card draw is very important. And another one chucked away. Yeah, great use of the Scaleforge there. We haven't seen Su-Li at all in any of these games yet. And there's a Coercer, yoinking the 3 cost Artisan. That I'll never let myself off for that. How could I get that wrong? It's right there in front of me. So 4 cost Noxious Acquisitioner has come down. I think at one point he cost 3. There was somebody exiled. Imagine if you had Raxol now, you would have actually activated it and yoinked the Coercer onto your team. So I might make a build of this with Raxol in, just for fun. And sometimes actually the opponent will activate that to draw a card from your deck, flip it round, and then you can spend Shadow Energy to get a card from their deck. So it's fun. I might add it to my build. Gyre and Gimble then has just hit into the hero and done 2 to the ally. And the Shipwright has found a Tempest Queen. So the plan here is going to be to do some hasting, I expect. Who's joined the crew? It's Latimer. Diffusion Gate hasn't been found yet. And I think that's going to be a challenge, because these allies are just going to keep coming out, these pirates, with haste now until the Diffusion Gate gets found. She's dead. That's a solid board though, so smashing straight into the face, those Acquisitioners have a lot of ability to wipe out your board after they've come in. So the Shipwright has added durability there to the ship, and the Bosun has put somebody else on the ship, and now she's been able to have 5 attack to kill off one of the Acquisitioners. Kraken Attack though blows up the ship, thank you very much, and all the allies are gone because there was 2 there and they had different costs. If there's 2 allies there with the same cost, then actually the first one is considered the one with both the lowest and the highest cost, so only 1 goes. So that's just a kind of important thing to keep in mind when you're using your Kraken, although honestly you just want the ship gone and you might get 1 or 2 allies gone away. In this case, Kraken Attack though has blown up the poison lace gloves that really can cause a lot of damage if your hero's poisoned. Serena loves to get your hero poisoned with Sorcerer's Poison, and then those gloves cause the poison to be double poison damage. Hit list is working well with IGG. You notice those guys are actually on opposite sides of the table. That's what it's meant to be in the artwork. You've got the ill-gotten gains, and you've got the guy with the head in the bag there on the artwork. So Sheila draws a couple of cards and is able to boost whoever comes into play. Saboteur didn't blow anything up there. He could have... Couldn't he have blown that up the gate? No, because the gate was active. The gate stopped his on-summon ability. It's sweet. Don't pack Saboteur thinking you can blow up a gate with it. You can't, because he loses his passive the turn he enters play. 24 plays 24. An Inevitable is under 4 cards in hand. 4 in deck. 4 in the deck. My golly gosh, how does he win this? Well, he's got 4 allies on the board. I suppose that helps. Coercer doesn't have a ship to go on. Another Coercer, no ship to go on. And it's looking pretty challenging now. Anklebreaker is going to... is it going to do anything? Sure, just work on the board now. Work on the board control now. And then get rid of that hero. So 1 card in hand and 17 in deck. Diffusion Gate really does cripple any kind of hasty strat. And actually also the Saboteur can't blow stuff up if there's a ship out. So it's a solid build, I would say, this one. And looks more interesting than running, say, Serena or a hasty Sheila, in my opinion. Like I said before, I've only got 1 Garth deck. But after this video, I'm going to have 2. And I may well put Raxel in it. Okay, we've hit 21 minutes. So thank you very much for tuning in. Let's just recap what the deck is. Is the cards in it? Most importantly, probably, is the deck code 12038446B. I'll make it even bigger for you. There you go. Oh, my head's in the way. 12038446B. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.